Weehaw! Having all kinds of fun out here pulling stuff off the vines. Last year's vines getting pulled, so this year's vines can grow. Out here in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, pulling vines off of grapevines. Out here having fun in the sun, trying to pull stuff off the vines. Welcome to everybody. Sorry, I'm out here in the vineyard today. Not on my skateboard, just on my feet, pulling vines off the grapevines. Harmony Hill Vineyard and Winery, Bethel, Ohio. Doing some cleanup work today here in the vineyard. Trying to go through and clean up all the vines that we've clipped so far for spring. Some of them want to come off these grow lines a little easier than others. But today I'm just out here pulling stuff off of the grow lines. Just having a good old time out here today. It's about 65 degrees here in southern Ohio today. And working in the vineyard. Pulling stuff that we've already cut so that the new grapes can grow for the wine this year. Normally, I wouldn't be just yanking stuff off the vines, be cutting things, but right now we're a little bit behind here at the vineyard. We're about 4 or 5 weeks behind schedule with pruning because of the weather this year. So I'm having to go back through, and from where things have been cut from the vines, this is rough work. This is why wine costs so much per bottle, because you have to literally break stuff off of these all the time. Every year, it's a new set of vines that you have to remove and allow room for more vines to kind of take over. So we take the old stuff and we rip it out. Weather report. Let's see, 65 and sunny here, just about 35 miles east of Cincinnati. And yeah, you should sub. Absolutely, you should sub. I mean, normally I'm on a skateboard, and if you've tuned in and you're expecting Mr. Dad skates, well, I'm sorry, but today I'm here in the vineyard pulling stuff off of the grow lines so that new grapevines can grow this year, so we can have more wine. Later on, I'll be adding a video later today This morning when I got to the winery, we started bottling from our grapes that we grew last year. So this year, let's see, we just got done bottling one of our white grapes, and for our woodwind wine here at Harmony Hill. So if you ever get to a point where you see Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery wines, please buy a bottle. Try it. It's good stuff. And I don't just say that because I work here. I've actually been dealing with this winery for about 20 years now. I worked for Robert Mondavi Winery years ago, doing marketing stuff, and picked up a lot of winemaking knowledge throughout the 5 years that I worked there. And when my family and I moved to Cincinnati from Chicago, this winery was just getting started, and I became friends with the winery owners, and have known them now for over 20 years. And over the years, I like to come out and help in the vineyard. I like wine, so if I have a vineyard that's literally 2 miles from my house and I can come and help owners, I'm going to do that as often as I can. So every year I try to come out and help in the vineyard, whether it's with harvest or at the beginning of the season, like right now, where it's pruning and pulling stuff. That's what I'm here for. And a friend of mine from high school actually just recently purchased the winery that I'm working at. And so I'm kind of here. I don't get paid to be here necessarily. I do this because it's a friend from high school that I've known for almost 40 years of my life now. And I introduced him and his wife to the winery owners this past fall, and him and his wife fell in love with the place, and they decided that they wanted to purchase the winery from the people that started it. So here I am, just a guy that happens to know a winery owner and happens to know a friend from high school with a lot of money. Sorry. Oh, that's a long one. That was like 13, 14 feet of vine right there. That's crazy. So because I had a friend that has the means to buy this winery that I've already been friends with for a while, yeah, you should sub. Caden, whoever you are, hey, everybody that's joined in, yeah, you should be my sub. I know this isn't normal Mr. Dad Skates material here. Like, normally I'm on a skateboard. But today, I'm out here at Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery, and doing my part for this year's grow season, trying to pull the old vines off of the vines, or off of the grow lines. It's not exactly easy work, and if you drink wine and you've ever wondered why does it cost so much for a bottle of wine, it's because people like me are out here literally by hand pulling things out every year. and making sure that the vines can grow new and better grapes every year. And when you have several lines, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of that the vines can grow on, it can be a lot, and sometimes they're a little harder to pull off than others. Sometimes these vines can be about 25 feet long, so I can't just pull one out. I have to pull out my pruners and clip some of these vines that make them to where I can actually pull them down. And right now, let's see, I am working on, I'm not 100% sure on this variety of grape that I'm pulling out right now, but it's one that it requires spur pruning. It's a 5-spur prune. And what I mean by that is when you get down here on the grapevine, you see all these different nodes as you grow up. And what we want every year is new vines to produce new grapes. And when we get which is a white Ohio native grape varietal, wow, we still have a lot left to trim here. You can see this vine right here and all of these. We haven't even touched them yet. We're probably about 3-4 weeks behind schedule as far as pruning this year. And that's because we've got new winery owners this year. The owners that had it previously didn't think they were going to be open this year. So they didn't really do a whole lot of winterization, so to speak, for the vineyard this year. So we're trying to kind of play catch up with getting things trimmed and pruned this year so that we can make more wines for next year. The new winery owners are awesome, and I've known them personally for quite a long time. Harmony Hill Vineyard here in Southern Ohio, not like a lot of California, Italy, or French wines. Just because we have a different climate here in Ohio, and we have different grape varieties that actually grow well here as opposed to some of the more Mediterranean type climates. Vidal Blanc is one of our main grapes that we have out here for our white wines. Traminette is one of our red wines. And for those that don't know, you know, they're kind of Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon kind of wines, but are more regionally located in Ohio, Indiana, and northern Kentucky. And the original owner of the winery here wanted to try to keep things Ohio-based, so to speak. So while we do have some Cabernet Sauvignon and other well-known grape varietals, most of what we do here at Harmony Hill is Ohio Valley based grape wines. And I'll give you a little shot here. We have 27 rows here of grapes, and it's a lot to keep up with. Prior to me being here this year, It was just the owner and his wife and volunteers that came out to Harmony Hill every year to kind of make things go. Last fall, I introduced this winery to friends of mine from high school. And he and his wife fell in love with the place. And at the time, the winery owners were trying to find somebody to buy the property. And I just happened to know somebody that was interested in buying a property such as this. And the previous owners and the current owners are friends with me. And here's Star. This is one of the donkeys that hangs out here at the winery. So we've got a couple of donkeys that hang out here with us. Star, and let's see if we can find the other one. Here we go. Here's my other donkey friend. There's my other donkey friend. He's walking over here to the fence. Let's see here. There we go. There's my buddy. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. Good boy. So if you guys are ever in Southern Ohio and you're looking for a place to spend a Friday night, Saturday night, Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery is a great place to come out. Starting in May, we'll be open on the weekends. And yeah, come out and have some wine with me. Subscribed. What skateboard should I buy if I have never rode a skateboard before? Any skateboard, my friend. If you've never ridden a skateboard before and you're looking to get on a board, any board will do. The biggest concern I have for new skateboarders is wheels and bearings, because if you don't roll like you should, you're not going to feel right on your skateboard. So if you're rolling on some wheels that don't seem to go when you push, you probably need some better wheels. They're probably cheap knockoff polyurethane things. But yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to the real meat of what's going on out here. It's just me hanging out at Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery, just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. We just got done. Oh, I'm going to sit on my butt for a minute. We just got done. You like me. You like me, don't you? You're my friend, aren't you? What's on your face? Let me get that off your face. Yeah, now you're beautiful. Now you're a beautiful animal. You had a bug on your face. Now it's a beautiful animal. Oh, Star's getting mad because Star's like, hey, you're hanging out with him and not with me. Oh, now both of you want my attention. Oh, hey, that's my shirt, dude. You can't eat my shirt. What's up with that? These are my friends. Good evening from Germany. Oh my goodness. I have donkeys trying to eat my shirt today. Look at this. Look at this. I got two donkeys trying to eat me currently. This is what I call a bad day at work. So bad. Such a bad day at work. Hey, quit eating my shirt, dude. Get off my shirt. You, Star, quit eating my shirt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Such a cute donkey. Nom, 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 nom. It's a rough job, but somebody has to do it. Ain't that right, Star? Ain't that right, Star? And Tucker. No, I want to forget about Tucker. Tucker's back here trying to chew the back of my shirt. And Star is up here just being a lover. Say hello to the world, Tucker. And Star. Tucker's back here. That's Tucker. That's Star. Tucker. Star. These are my buddies out here at Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery. I'm just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. Can I get up? You gonna let me up? I want to get up. What? You gonna push me until I get up? You gonna push me? All right. Now that my donkey friends are done with me, are they female? Let's see. I think both of the donkeys out here on the farm are females, actually. I don't think we have any males. And as you can see, they have a really nice barn over there. So that's where the donkeys sleep in the evening. They've got this small pasture here. And then obviously the vineyard is over there. But the donkeys also the donkeys also have this big pasture to roam around in. Please say my name. Ryan Osborne. You subbed. Got friends to sub. Oh my God. Hi, Ryan. Thank you for joining in on my stream this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever it is, wherever you are. I am not skateboarding today, but I'm hanging out with my donkey friends at Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery. This is Star, and that there's Tucker. And they're kind of my friends out here at the winery. Huh, Tucker? Yeah. Hi, buddy. Yeah. You don't want to get kicked by those things. Just saying. I mean, they're strong animals. They're big. But these guys are super friendly. You're in Italy. Well, thank you for joining in from Italy. I've personally never been to Italy. I would love to go to Italy. I know a lot about Italy. I worked for a wine company that actually here in the United States represented the Frescobaldi family from Italy. The donkeys, let's see. This is Star. Star has the white spot on her head. And this is, oh, sorry, I'm falling on the ground. This is Tucker. So Star has the white spot and Tucker is all brown. Hello. Say hello to my friends online, Tucker. Say hello. You see all the friends? Are you gonna eat my clothes? Star is right here. And Tucker is right there. And they've been a permanent fixture here at Harmony Hill Vineyards for, I don't know, 15, 16 years, something like that. I've known them since they were little babies. And they're just such good puppies. She's got me pinned down on the ground. Yeah. Star's a good girl. She's a good girl. She loves me. Huh. You gonna let me get up? Tucker's a good boy too. Now, why are you trying to eat my back? Why are you trying to eat me? Huh? Why are you trying to eat my hoodie? Look at this. She wants my hoodie. She wants to skate so bad, she wants the hoodie. Ow. No, you don't bite my shoulder. That's not nice. That wasn't very nice. She used to do that in kindergarten. I love working where I work. Oh my gosh, stop. Star's my friend. She's chewing on my shoulder. Ow. Stop. Why are you chewing my shoulder? Is that a Jesus donkey? I don't know if it's a Jesus donkey, but this is Star. And Star is my friend. Star loves me today. Oh my God, you're gonna push me down to the ground, child. Leave me alone. And I got my buddy over here. Look at it. Come here. Look at that. Look at this happy face. How could you not love donkeys? How could you not love the donkeys? Such happy creatures. Such happy creatures. Does it have a cross on its back? I don't think either one has a cross on their back. No crosses on their backs. Why are they so cute? I don't know. Because they love me. You love me? You love me? Yes, you love me. Look. Look at that. Look at all the love. I'm getting all the love from the donkeys today. I don't want to kiss on the lips now. No kisses on the lips. Hello, ducky. Why are they so cute? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me why this is so cute. Nom, 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 nom. They're trying to keep me on the ground now. I'm trying to sit up and they keep pushing me down. Star, quit trying to eat my hoodie. Star's trying to eat my hoodie. And Lucky's over here trying to eat me too. No. We don't eat the people. We don't taste the people. Hello. Say hello. Can I ride you? I don't think these donkeys like to be ridden. Not so much. No. They're kind of pasture donkeys. And we don't really use them for work or anything around here. They're more just to keep us happy people and happy donkeys. We don't use them for work here at the vineyard now. And they called it donkey. Donkey! I love my donkey. It's a beautiful donkey. Huh, Star? Oh, well, don't knock me over. Damn, she's trying to keep me on the ground. Y'all trying to keep me down. Don't keep me down. Don't keep me down. I love my donkeys. All right. Well, I am done with my vineyard work for today. The actual vineyard back there. And we got done today bottling one of our white wines. We bottled 52 cases of white wine. And every case has 12 bottles of wine. You do the math. It's a lot of wine. So, let's see. From that side of the vineyard, all the way to the other side of the vineyard, we have 27 rows of grapevines and other fruits that we use for vines. And where are you? How many donkeys do you have? Let's see. Lulu. I'm actually, Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery is about 30 miles east of Cincinnati, Ohio. And Danny, there are 2 donkeys out here on the property right now. I think there were more several years ago. The winery used to allow families to come out, including children, for many, many years. And then about 10 years ago, they had a problem out here where people weren't watching their kids, and the kids were coming out and throwing rocks and sticks at the donkeys. And it kind of got the winery owners upset because, I mean, these guys are their pets out here. And so when people's kids started throwing rocks and sticks at the donkeys, they put an end to anyone under 18 coming out to the winery. And it was really hard because all of my kids were out here growing up. And then we had this time where we couldn't even bring our kids out here. But now I am a part of the winery staff and come out here as often as I can and hang out with these 2 guys. This is Tucker and there's Star, and there are winery donkeys. We've got about 40 acres out here, just outside of Cincinnati, that's dedicated to growing Ohio regional grapes and the wines that go into those grapes. So where you'll see stuff from Italy, France, and California, wines that are made from Cabernet Sauvignon and the likes, you're not going to see that here. Here in this vineyard, with its 27 rows of grapes, we do grow some Cabernet Sauvignon, but for the most part, it is Ohio varietal grapes. And for our reds, it's Tremonette. And for the whites, it's Cheval Blanc. And we've got, like I said, there's 27 rows of grapes here. And that's just That's just what we use for the estate-grown wines. We do produce other wines that aren't 100% grown on property. But for the most part, everything that we do here is grown, clipped, and produced 100% here, 30 miles outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. And today, like I said, here's a good look at the winery as it's, why don't they have leaves? So let's take a little walk through the vineyard, shall we? So every year, grapevines go through a process, and that process is a renewal process. And what you see here, without any leaves, is the beginning of the growth season. Let me plop down here next to this vine here is probably, it's I'm gonna guess 7 to 10 years old. But every year we have to clip everything so that the grapes grow every year. If you just let things grow, eventually your plant's not going to produce the fruit. It's just going to keep producing the vine. So what we have to do every year is cut that vine so that it wants to produce the grapes. Good morning from Australia. Do they ever make casual donkey noises? Alberto Altero. The donkeys do make noises, but it's not like a dog where I can tell my dog to speak and it'll start making noises. The donkeys are kind of, whenever they do their thing, they do their thing. Johnny Rapp, thank you. Thank you for joining from Australia. I'm overwhelmed. Grapes, that's cool. So, yeah, right now, all of our growing is really not doing anything because we're at the beginning of spring, end of winter, and things are just now kind of starting to bud. And as you can see, we've pruned everything here so that we can get new growth this year with new grapes. Some vines we prune with the white grape varietals. We tend to prune them with what's called spur pruning. And let me get to a section where we haven't done anything yet. So when we spur prune, we look at the vine and we trace it along this growing vine here in both directions. And when we spur prune, we come down and we find a spot where the vine is kind of got this kind of thing going on. And then we spur prune that. And the spur pruning ends up looking something like this on some of them. So on this varieties here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spur. On most of our white grapes, we do a 1 spur pruning or a 2 spur pruning, where we'll look at the base of the branch where it comes off the vine, and we'll find 1 or 2 spurs beyond that, and that's where we clip the vine. So as you see here, we still have about 4 rows, 5 rows of vines that we haven't clipped out of the 27. And Do you water often, and when is the best time to water? Um, Honestly, we don't do any um, extra watering here. We kind of just let nature do its thing for the most part. We don't have, here at Harmony Hill anyways, we don't have any irrigation, anything really beyond what nature gives us. There are some small streams on the property, but it's not something that we could tap into to necessarily water all of these vines with. We don't have the infrastructure, whether it's natural or not, to be able to water this many vines in any kind of way that makes sense. So we tend to just let nature do its thing when it comes to watering the vines. At this point, it's so early in the season that we're barely getting any buds starting. Even the stuff that we've pruned 3, 4, 5 weeks ago is really not even turning any green buds yet. So with the grapes, it's probably going to be another month or so before we start getting a lot of green out here in the vineyard. Until then, this is kind of what it looks like. I know it all looks dead, but if I were to pull out my pruning shears and show you, as soon as you clip these vines, it's like turning on a water faucet, and they literally just start drip, 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 drip with all the water. And here in southern Ohio, because we've had so much rain lately, the ground is, even in places where it should be dry, it's still kind of moist. So we've had an excessive amount of water to start the year here. So if I cut in any of these vines that we haven't trimmed yet, like I said, I wish I had my pruners with me so I could show you guys. Like literally, you cut the vine and it starts dripping. 2 to 3 months, it's gonna be bush. It's gonna be lush, absolutely. Albert, in 2 to 3 months, this is all going to be saturated in green leaves and the tiny buds from our little bitty grapes. But until then, it kind of looks dead and boring and like there's nothing happening. If anybody has spent any time drinking wine or studying winemaking, you'll know it's a labor-intensive process. And literally until you get into like the barn we did today, earlier this morning, we were bottling one of our white wines from last year's harvest, our Vidal Blanc. And I got some video clips from that earlier, and I'll post that later, just to show you some of the process of the bottling that we go through. Because it's one thing to grow and produce the wines. It's something entirely different when you have to package that wine to be sold in stores nationwide. So today was you know, with the new winery owners taking over, it was an experience to see some of the new team take over the reins for labeling, putting the wine in bottles, putting the corks in the tops of the bottles, and sealing them and all that. And it's just awesome to be a part of something that's not normal, and to be able to do it out here in the middle of nowhere in southern Ohio is just really awesome. So neat. I always thought the main vine was dead out season. That's cool. It's still alive. Yeah. So all of those vines back there, even though you don't see any green on them, though they look dead, they're not. They're all still very alive and very much pliable. And by what I mean by pliable is, so we'll take and we'll cut off the stuff from last year, and then we have to retrain the vines every year down to a growing vine. Let me walk out here and just show you. So we've got several lines that the grapes grow up, and at the very bottom we call it the fruiting vine, and that's where the vines basically branch off in two directions. And this is a good example right here of a vine that's going off in two directions. So you've got one going out that way and one going out that way, all from one vine. And then what happens is we plant them so far apart so that the end of one kind of comes close to the end of another. So we've got old vine here, and then about 8 to 10 feet away, we've got an old vine over there. And then each one of those vines tees off left and right, and we train those so that these little spurs right here grow up and then into these wires that we have, so that it can hold the grapes, the weight of the grapes as they grow up. We obviously don't want to put too much strain on the plant, so these wires actually help hold everything up and in place so that we don't have excessive stress on the base of the plant. When you don't have all that excess strain on your plant, you can grow better grapes. Rainsy, hey Unc, what's up? I am out here today, hanging out at Harmony Hill Vineyards and Winery, just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. My workday is about ended today. We were bottling some of our white wines today, and I will post video for that later. But until then, I think after about close to an hour, I'm going to end my live session out here at the winery. And I'll see you guys next time from Harmony Hill Winery. Thanks for joining in. I'll see you guys next time. And even though I'm not out on a skateboard today, just know you're never too old to ride. So shut up and skate already.